interruption study findings. And this will kind of highlight what I was trying to get at with the object lesson game. Here's some things that I found in preparing for this, Lunch and Learn. The average knowledge worker, and that's all of us, we're not blue collar, fixing machines or building widgets, we're knowledge workers. The average knowledge worker in one study, they found switch tasks every 3 minutes. Another study, it takes upwards of 20 minutes to regain momentum once you've been interrupted. Another study, only 11 minutes of project time before being interrupted. Yes?
The first bullet, that every 3 minutes of switching, that includes unintended, because in other words, the interruptions trigger a switch.
Yeah.
It's not like you're doing this and then, oh, I'll do this.
It could be.
Well, sure,
Yeah.
but that would be fewer than the interruptions or distractions.
Yes. Awesome.
Okay, right, probably.
Depends about their-
Depending on the job.
Yeah.
and your attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, even knowledge of a notification can impact you negatively. So you've got your iPhone in your pocket and it buzzes. Just knowing, oh, somebody's trying to contact me, or oh, I got a text, or oh, even that can cause disruption in your ability to focus your attention. And it was also said that you lose as many as 10 IQ points with interruptions. And one of the I can't.
That's functional, not ontological.
Yes. In fact, one of the researchers came to the conclusion that email hurts more than pot. I was going to bring an egg and a skillet. You remember those commercials? This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. This is your brain on email. Okay? So just various findings that studies having to do with interruptions. So what are some sources of interruptions? Okay, we've mentioned email, we've mentioned a few. Call them out.
The reminder to come here. The meeting reminder to come here.
Okay, meeting reminders. Phone calls. People popping into your office.
Somebody stops in.
Okay, somebody just comes by, wants to chat, or wants to do business, or whatever. What else? Facebook. Okay.
Tasks that have to be done from a time standpoint, like if this has to be done right now, I can't put it off.
Okay, like calendar alarms.
Bathroom call, need to refill that coffee cup.
Yeah. Okay. So there are a wide variety of interruptions, and they basically fall into two categories. There are some sources that are beyond our control. Our boss is one, potential interruption. When the boss calls, you got to do stuff, right, guys? Drop everything, right? So there's sources beyond our control. We're not going to worry so much about those in this Lunch and Learn topic. We're going to focus more on sources that are under our control to some extent. And even those that are under our control, some days they just aren't. So we're not going to lay down the law here.
Just an observation, which I'm sure you may be mentioning this, but this is very nature of job related.
That's true. Yes.
I mean, if you're in sales or something, boy, you don't want to miss that call, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and we will get to that. Okay, so what's the big deal? I mean, who cares about interruptions? Right? I ran across this quote from Peter Drucker. He's a management guru. He says that innovation and change make inordinate time demands. All one can think and do in a short time is to think and do what one already knows and to do as one has always done. Okay, so if I only have a short period of time to think, all I can ever accomplish is the things that I've always done or think the things that I've always thought. And so he's saying if you want to make a big impact, if you want to improve processes, if you want to make significant impacts in your work, and find significant change opportunities, you need good blocks of time to do that. You can't be interrupted every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, every 30 minutes, if you're intending to do that. So let's think about, just in your own work, what does it mean for you to contribute? We all have different roles here, from IT help desk to helping students to lecturing and writing books, archiving. What does it mean for you to contribute? Okay. What is it that you can uniquely contribute to the seminary? Okay. What of your task goals require sustained time and attention? And if you could rid yourself of distractions, what could you accomplish that you wish you could now that you can't? What processes could be improved if only I had sustained time to think? These are just some questions to provoke thought. So I don't need necessarily answers to this, but just think about what you could do if you had sustained time to do it. Okay. So, what is then the path to productivity? And I'll just say, at this point, that I'm not an expert. This is stuff that I've learned. Sometimes I fall off the wagon. You know, sometimes I do really well with this, sometimes I don't. So I'm not standing up here as the expert or the one who practices this all the time. But these are things that I found in my reading and my practice. And when I do these things, I really have a much more productive day, productive week. And I really feel, like I've accomplished something when I do these things. So, what I would say, path to productivity has two aspects that I want to cover today. The first is to time box your email activities. And by time box, I mean set a specific time to actually work on email. And of course, this can apply to other things as well, but I'm going to focus on email because that's something we do have under our control. And it's something that sucks a lot of time out of, I know, my schedule, probably your schedule as well. So number one, time box your email activities. And number two, get yourself a real task management system. Right? I've seen some of your inboxes. I know how you manage your tasks. Okay, so here's a quiz. A sledgehammer is a precision adjustment instrument, a good substitute for a walking cane, or useful for destroying things. A, B, or C? C. Good, y'all are great. A garbage can is a nice addition to a front lawn, a useful task management tool, or a temporary holder of refuse. Okay, Microsoft Outlook email is a task management tool, a filing system for to-dos, or a tool for communicating with others.
Well, mainly C, but
Sorry.
also A and B. So.
Okay, how about this? What was Microsoft Outlook designed for?
C.
Yeah, email was designed to communicate with people. Okay, very good, except for the last one, which gets to the root of our problem.
Well, but the question didn't include the word design.
That's true. I did that on purpose.